This is the Sasquatch. Look at him go. This footage was shot by two guys named Patterson and Gimlin in 1967, but there are some people who say that it's a hoax. Like Abby, a literal scientist, geology enthusiast, and self-proclaimed salt god. Sasquatch. More like Nasquatch, says Abby. But wait, here comes a wild Xandra. Part-time math student, full-time disciple of the word of Bigfoot, and Abby's best friend? Get ready to witness a Sasquatch battle for the ages. In this illustrious program, Abby Muirheid and Xandra Farrar will be painting the studio blue as they talk Squatch. Without further ado, here it is. The one, the only, Inconvenient Omnivores.
Hello, and welcome to Inconvenient Omnivores. I'm Xandra, and she's, not important.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm the smart one. Don't listen to her. Today, we're going to talk about the most iconic part of Bigfoot ever, his silhouette.
Yeah, whatever. She thinks Patty is fake, so can't be that smart. Anyway, so the Patty film, obviously authentic. You can clearly see muscle movements under the skin as she walks, and the limb proportions are inconsistent with any known apes. For those of you who don't understand science, that includes humans, by the way. And they didn't have costume materials to make skin like that back then. And okay, granted, the footage isn't of great quality, but the dude is on a freaking horse with a crappy camera in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, in 1967. Cut him some slack, okay?
You know what? I will cut him slack in hell.
Oh, okay, so she thinks she's smart now. So why don't you just explain to me why I'm wrong?
All right, fine. I can do that. Seriously, zoologists that have studied the film say that the quality of the fur is too uniform all over the creature's body. You should know this. You've worked with apes. Plus, if the movie was filmed at a slower rate than it was released, the gait shown would be able to be replicated by humans. You also have to consider that Patterson and Gimlin were in Colorado filming a mockumentary about finding Bigfoot. Gimlin himself was dressed up in a costume, so it's not a far mental leap for most people, except you, apparently, and obviously, to entertain the thought that Patterson and Gimlin would create a costume to spice up their film. Another thing to consider, this thing is way too comfortable around people. Think about it.
Look, but bitch, the knees are bent outward at an angle that humans just can't do. You can't fake knees with a costume. Why would speeding up the footage change that?
Listen, you gotta listen. If the footage was slower, he would have had time, he means the man in the costume, obviously, he would have had time to purposely contort his gait. And then when they sped up the footage, in post, obviously.
Okay, two things. First of all, we're talking about 1967. Random assholes in Colorado don't know how to do post-production. Also, quit misgendering Patty. It's a female.
Except that these Colorado assholes were not random. They were there to film a movie. It's not that complicated.
Any fucker with a camera can film a movie. It's not like the dudes were professionals with a studio.
You know what? They filmed the video in October. They released the video months later. They had time to get out of the ass end of Colorado and edit the footage, so get off my ass and eat it.
Sorry, honey, I don't sleep with stupid. But we have no evidence that they had the money or resources to pay for post-production, let alone this costume you claim they paid for.
If you don't sleep with stupid, I question how you sleep at night. Gimlin was literally caught hoaxing footprints in the area a few years later. How can you think that they went out to film this docudrama and they just happened to stumble across a Bigfoot? How is that not suspicious? It's Bigfoot, not a unicorn.
Correlation does not equal causation, you scientifically illiterate douche canoe.
Who the hell are you calling scientifically illiterate? I'm the scientist here. You are into math. Sasquatch isn't a number, you fucking pseudoscientific wannabe.
Oh, you did not just.
And with that, we have our show. Now what do you say? Are you pro-Squatch, no Squatch, or maybe so Squatch? However way you Squatch, let us know in the comments below. This has been Inconvenient Omnivores.